Hi, in this particular video, we're going to have a look at two different ways of dealing with VAT and discount. Okay, so bear with me while I share my screen. Okay, I've got here just a little invoice for some books that I've sold from my shop. So you can see here I've got the description of the books, the quantity, the ISBN number, the unit cost, and therefore the value. Okay, over in column E. So obviously the value is just going to be, okay, the quantity required times the unit cost. Okay, so straightforward equals A8 times D8. Okay, so I want to know how much the invoice is going to be in total. Okay, so the goods value, I'm going to just add up the values in column E, and you know we just can type equals the sum of, click and drag over the range. Okay, or for those of you that want to use the auto sum, when you're clicking into cell E12, you would have just used the auto sum and picked it up from there. Okay, the little drop down arrow, and just sum it. Okay, so we're going to subtract discount of 10%. Okay, so straightforward, it's just equals the goods value times 10% to work out what the discount is going to be. Okay, remember you could also have put the 10% in another cell and named it discount over here. Okay, so then when we did the calculation, it would be E12 times the named cell. Okay, that means that if we change the discount from 10% to 12% or down to 8%, then we wouldn't need to come in and change the calculation in here. Okay, because if we've got a named cell in here, whatever we change that cell to would be reflected over here. Okay, so just trying to tie in some of the other points that we've kind of covered in previous videos. Okay, but I'm just keeping it nice and simple just now. I'm just leaving it not as a named cell, but just saying it's the goods value times 10% to work out how much discount. Okay, so we all know that we subtract a discount, so our new sum, okay, for our subtotal is going to be the goods value, E12, minus the discount in E13. Okay, straightforward, no brackets required or anything, just a nice straightforward one cell subtracting the value in another cell. Okay, this time we want to work out what the VAT element is. Okay, so 20% VAT. Again, straightforward. Okay, it's the subtotal value. Equals the value in cell, which is our subtotal, and again, times 20%. Okay, again, you could have had the cell somewhere else within the invoice, and you could have named it VAT, and then it would just be E14 VAT. Okay, but again, I've just put in the 20% there because the VAT figure is not going to change in the. Okay, so we subtract that we add VAT, so straightforward. It's of the VAT. Okay, in cell 15, add that onto the subtotal in E14, and there we have our value, £8,993.70. Okay, so that's the easy, straightforward way of doing that calculation. We're going to have a look at doing it again where we actually miss out steps, okay, and just making our formulae slightly more complex. Okay, so I'm going to open up another file. Okay, so again, we've got the same information in the invoice, okay, but we've kind of missing out some steps here. Okay, so we're not actually going to work out what the discount element is in one step. We're going to do all, we're going to work out what the discount is and subtract it at the same time. And then we're going to work out what the VAT element is and then add it back on at the same time, all within one formula. Okay, so again, goods value, I type in equals sum. Again, you can use the auto sum if you prefer. Okay, so our discount is going to be, so we know from the previous example that the discount was, to work out the 10%, it was the goods value, okay, in E12 times 10%, and then that value was subtracted, okay, from the goods value. So we're going to start our calculation with our equals. We're going to say we want to put in the goods value, E12, is going to subtract what the discounted amount is. Okay, so we know that we need to put in brackets, okay, for the calculation, because Working out the discount is going to happen first. Okay, so it was, we said, the goods value times 10%. Okay, close our brackets. Okay, so the calculation is the same, but there's two steps in one here. Okay, E12 times 10%, so the goods value times 10% in brackets will get carried out first, and that will work out how much the discount is. And then that value there will get subtracted from the value in E12, the £8,327.50. Okay, so similarly, we are now going to work out what the VAT element is and add that back on to our new subtotal. Okay, so again, we're going to say the value in E13, okay, which is our subtotal. We will be adding on what the VAT element is. So again, it's okay, so it's the value in E13, which is our new subtotal, plus, and then to work out what the VAT element is E13 times 20% in brackets, and we can hit our enter key, and we've still got the same answer as we had in the previous exercise, 8,993.70. Okay, we could have done it the other way around. We could have said that it's the subtotal times the 20% and add it on to the subtotal. Okay, so we're just changing the order of the formula in this example. Okay, so both will give me exactly the same answer. Okay, another way of doing it, okay, adding on 20% is the same as multiplying by 120%. Adding on 15% or 10% is the same as multiplying by 115, 110. Okay, so just to prove that to you, I could have just said, to work out what the VAT element is and our new overall cost, I could have said it's the subtotal times 120%. Okay, so the 100 is obviously the value within cell E13, and the 20% is just the extra. Okay, so there we have 3 different ways of finding out what our new overall cost is. Okay, thank you for sharing.